All right, let's set. The floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Houston, Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Smith with the power forward with Howard at the center. And it's Beverly in at the one spot.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And the Rockets with possession here.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that, could you?
Yeah,
I
right,
know.
Right. He probably just drone on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No.
A strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
The Rockets shooting their first free throw of the game. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
Fires from deep. And there's Ariza. That's good on the assist by Harden. Ariza's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Ezeli. And it's sent back by Howard. It's Harden with the drive. And that one's good. Harden's got his first 2 points.
And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals were just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
And now in transition.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up. Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Curry outside. Here's Green. Passes to Ezeli. And Curry has it in the corner. And stolen by Howard. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Here's Curry, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Curry's got his second basket.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here. He shattered the backboard.
Houston shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots. How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Howard can't hit.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Smith. That's short off the rim.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
And up the court come the Warriors on the break. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
To the middle. It's deflected. It's stolen by Curry. And Green slams it in.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Good if it goes. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. Oh, we've seen. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us. As more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. And they're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Rockets?
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
So another factor in their offense so far is been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Ariza is the small forward and Smith the 4. Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. And it's Howard in at the center position. Harden kicks to Beverly. Shot from the wing. Nice jump shot. Good. Beverly's got 5.
He's fortunate that shot found the bottom of the bucket. It wasn't the highest quality look.
Curry outside. The Rockets pull it in.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way that
just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Man, you could clock his hang time with an hourglass.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
Rockets leading by 11. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Lots of room. Smith, no good.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him. And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
The Warriors shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Houston making some changes. Moniunas is checked in for Howard. Beasley comes in for Smith. And it's K.J. McDaniels in for Patrick Beverley. Stolen by Thompson. Count it, and the Houston lead's been cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Stephen Curry.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Moniunas a screen on Green. Harden can't hit. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. It's good on the putback. And that's now 6 points for Barnes.
Well, I'm impressed with the determination he showed right there, getting himself in the good position under the glass. Did his work early there.
Yeah, with the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to go to.
And then also just the niftiness with that tip in, just a quick touch, again, before the defense knows what hit him.
Harden inside the three-point line. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Well, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Beasley dishes to Harden. Puts up a 3. Kept alive by Houston. Launches a 3. Another miss by Harden.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Howard's checked in for Moniunas. Smith comes in for Michael Beasley. And it's Patrick Beverley in for K.J. McDaniels. The Houston Rockets are built around the three-point shot. Make no mistake about it, they set a record for a single season in team-made threes. They have so many guys that can hoist it up and hit.
Yeah, and they all have the green light to do so. Last year, you talked about leading the NBA in percentage of shots from beyond the arc, and it wasn't even close.
And it's Howard finishing it off. Ezeli the pass to Green, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. 1:29 left in the first half. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. We've got 1:18 left in the first half. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's his third foul of the game.
That's his third versus the team's fourth.
1:15 left to play here in the second quarter. On its way from Curry for two. And the Warriors tack on two more. Rockets leading by 6. Kicks to Beverly. And the foul is called.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for Milwaukee, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to.
Go off when I enter the building.
It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Milwaukee Bucks today. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So the Bucks win the tip. Parker passes to Carter Williams. Monroe outside. And he slams it one-handed.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Well, the Bucks made huge strides as a team last season. Greg, most of it came from them establishing themselves as a top-tier defensive team.
And Kevin, as you know, that's really where it starts for all the elite teams. And the Bucks defensively were very strong. You look at the metrics that measure a lot of the defensive categories. Bucks finished with the second-best defensive rating in the NBA.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo, stolen by Walker. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. And it's the Bucks ball.
And guys, the Bucks were great across the board defensively. Top 5 in field goal percentage defense. Top 10 in three-point field goal defense. And of course, created a lot of turnovers too.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, filling out the wings. It's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Craig Monroe is out there with Parker. And it's Carter Williams in at the 1 spot. And so it's Milwaukee now. Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
And a big part of why the Bucks were so good on defense is because they got back on defense. They allowed the fewest fast break points in the league. Hustling back in transition goes a long way with the team's D.
And that one It's good.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
To the inside. Here's Monroe. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop. And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
A little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good.
And he gets it to go.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100%. Can't do better than that.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Carter Williams can't get it to go.
You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him, but with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
Bucks have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Middleton against Wade. The shot by Carter Williams. Nobody around. Carter Williams with another miss. And getting back to Carmelo last year, that team really became devoid of talent. In some games, Greg, in games that he played, he seemed like their only scoring option.
You know, we talk about needing a big 3 to compete for a championship, and for over half the season last year, the Knicks basically had a big half. I mean, because Carmelo missed that half.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor, isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Another day, and that's really what Carmelo did.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
That was your Lava Bulls. Give them a hand. Come on, Chicago. Timeout for the Bulls.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
And it's Milwaukee's ball. They lead by 4. Poked away, stolen by Walker. And Walker gets it to go on the assist by Wade.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I briefly spoke with Jason Kidd. Coach told me they're hoping to overcome the problems a player like Carmelo Anthony presents to defenses. He said Melo's combination of strength, size, and skill set make it very difficult to keep him from scoring each trip down the floor. What he is hoping for is to throw different looks at Melo to keep him out of his rhythm and to try to work from there.
And thank you, Doris.
That was a smart pass by Wade that time.
The Bucks have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Walker against Carter Williams. The drive by Monroe. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Shots good by Walker.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Antetokounmpo dishes to Monroe. Takes a 3. That's good.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
Here's Anthony following the three by Milwaukee, and he gets the bucket.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team in the way they approach the game.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Michael Jordan is checked in for Walker. Thompson comes in for Dwayne Wade. And Thomas subbed in for Walker. Parker's shot is off.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
Here's Antetokounmpo. The Bulls getting the bucket. Taken away by Anthony. He lobs it up.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Bucks trail by 4. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Carter Williams, a screen on Durant. Antetokounmpo passes to Carter Williams. No good. And it's Chicago the other way. They definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Yeah, Greg, you like groove, don't you?
I do. Let's groove tonight, Kevin. As a matter of fact, let's just stay in the attack mode that we're seeing from these guys. They're getting whatever they want.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Jabari Parker. Mayo comes in for Chris Middleton. And Jared Bayless subbed in. For Michael Carter Williams.
Not much defense to speak of yet here, guys.
Nope. It's been all offense, fellas, all the time here early.
Shots good by Durant.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Mayo against Thompson. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the first. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. 8 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Thomas gets the bucket.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Bulls lead by 7. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And Kevin Durant, former MVP, still feels like he has room to grow, and he gives us some insight into that philosophy.
I think it's another level I can go to. You know, always can be better. That's how I look at things. Teammates need me more than ever now. Coaches need more from me, so I got to dig deep and see where I can find it from.
Well, the will seems to be there, Greg, but Kevin Durant seems surrounded by uncertainty. Can he get that and stay healthy for the entire season? How does he work with his new coach? Where does he really want to be?
You know, the truth is, no one but Kevin knows the answers to those questions. And quite frankly, he may not know right now what those answers are. He's a very unique and introspective kind of guy, as we all saw when he accepted that MVP award a couple years ago. So let's just stay tuned on this one.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Bulls?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Bulls have had a great rebounding team for a long time now. Last season was no different.
Yeah, so many categories to measure how well a team rebounds. The Bulls were in the top 3 in almost all of them.
Bucks trail by 7. On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Jared Bayless is out there with Mayo. Then it's Miles Plumlee. Then there's Monroe. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the 3.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
As for the Bulls in rebounding, I mean, they were second in the league in winning contested rebounds. That's another data analytics stat for you folks. Second overall in total rebounds, too.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Jabari Parker comes in for Miles Plumlee, and it's Vasquez in for O.J. Mayo. Parker kicks to Antetokounmpo. Screen by Monroe. Antetokounmpo dishes to Monroe. And Butler sends it back. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
A couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right on top of the other.
Time to just slow it down, make the simple play, and get a good shot.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Chris Middleton's checked in for Antetokounmpo, and Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Jared Bayless.
And with the big men the Bulls have, it's easy to see why they rebound so well. But make no mistake, guards and bigs alike rebound well on this Bulls team.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
You know, it's quite surprising to see them leading at this point, given the number of turnovers they've already committed.
They're talented, and they've been able to overcome some loose play, but they need to clean it up in the second half.
Bucks trail by 5. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. To the middle. Carter-Williams with the bucket. Carter-Williams has got 5.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Chicago calls timeout. Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone, as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
I don't know how they're in front right now. It's not easy to give the ball up as much as they have and still be ahead.
Double-digit turnovers in the first half. They were able to overcome it thus far, but you can't continue to play that carelessly and expect to win.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Tries to save it. Now Walker still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Bucks trail by 3.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once, and they had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his teams.
And here is Butler, and that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach, but I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
Russell Westbrook in for Walker.
Russell Westbrook.
Bucks trail by 3. Up top, Carter Williams. He's covered by Westbrook. Carter Williams kicks to Monroe, and he gets it to go. Monroe's got 10 points in the game.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Well, he's really squandered this quarter. I mean, 3 turnovers already. I think it's a lack of concentration.
Dwayne Wade's checked in for Chicago. One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up. He can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer. And at his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one three-point attempt last season. That tells you he's starting to mature.
Durant against Parker. Carter Williams. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. The fadeaway. Monroe's shot is good. Monroe's got 4 points this quarter.
And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team confines. That's the thing with basketball. Things can change rather rapidly. It can go against you in a hurry.
Especially when you turn the ball over. And they've got a game on their hands now, and they can ill afford any more miscues.
Parker against Durant. Parker outside. Knocked loose. Stolen by Durant. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And then Wade slams it in. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Carter Williams, the pass to Parker. And that is good.
really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Carter Williams kicks to Parker. Anthony with the block. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And he... that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in
And the Bulls making a change here. Jordan's checked in. Milwaukee also making some changes. Plumlee, he's checked in for Monroe. John Henson comes in for Parker. And it's Mayo in for Vasquez.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger...